We've all had that one customer, the one that comes into the shop, has a drawing written on a napkin, slides it across the workbench, and
Do
says,
you think you could build this for me?
"This was that project for me." So let's get into it. So let's start with an image of the room. Now, this is not an abnormal room. Many houses have rooms with ceilings that look just like this. But until now, I've not been asked to make cabinets to fill a wall with a ceiling that looks like this. Now we have a frame of reference. My cabinet drawing software that I'm going to use is called Mozaik. Now, I will use this in this video to show you how I tackled this project design. I apologize if you use something different or if you're not familiar with that program. But I will say this, if you do build cabinets for a living, you owe it to yourself to check this program out. So where we're going to begin is in the program Mozaik. I've already opened up that program and I've created two files for us to review today. The first one is going to be the completed version of what we're intending to build within Mozaik, and the second one will be a partially completed one where we'll spend the time focused on the angled cabinets, which is the reason why you're here watching this video. So this is a top-down view of the room with the cabinets that have already been built within Mozaik. I'll show you quickly a 3D version of the cabinets, and so this is what it would look like once we installed it and it's painted and finished and all those happy things. If I go ahead and open up the drawing version, you'll see the cabinets that we intend to build. In the second version, I'll show you, we've already built the left and the right flanking cabinets. And what we're going to spend the most time on is building the three cabinets that will sit on top and then follow the angle of the roof line within that particular room. So now you've seen what we're attempting to accomplish within Mozaik. We'll close this down and now we'll go in and actually build out those angled cabinets. All right, so same view, top-down view of the cabinets that we're intending to complete. We'll do a quick 3D image so you can see nothing else has been built other than the two base cabinets or the tall cabinets on the left and right of the window. So now that I've opened up the wall view, you'll see that I've already created the left and the right tall cabinets essentially that flank the window. And what I'm going to build now is the angled cabinet that will sit on the left hand side and then the angled cabinet that will sit on the right, and then we'll fill it in with a third cabinet that basically will meet the lines, run to the roof line, and then back down, and it'll all make more sense as we go along. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just grab a wall cabinet. We'll just do a single door wall cabinet to start with. We'll place it up there and I'll drag it up, and I want to make it the same size as the base cabinet below. So that guy is 33 1/4, top cabinet is 33, make that 33 1/4. Okay, so this is where the magic happens. So now that I have the cabinet built, I need to make it look like the previous version where it has an angle that slopes from short on the left and then higher on the right. So if I open up that cabinet by double clicking on it, I'm going to go into the shape tab and I'm going to open up the front and then edit the front shape. Now it's going to give me a warning, and yeah, I know what I'm about to do. So I know that from on that left hand side that I have basically 14 and 13/16 inch to work with. That's kind of where that angle of the roof line starts. So I'm going to go ahead and select that line. I'm going to go ahead and change that guy to 14 and 13/16. And now I have an angle that will follow that roof line. I go ahead and click OK. Click OK again. Now you can see that I have the first part of that cabinet done. Now I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to do it over on the right hand side. So actually, if I wanted to, I can copy that guy. I can go over and paste it and then move it all the way to the right hand side. And then I can just go ahead and go into the same place, open it up, click on shape, click on edit front shape. I can go ahead and change this guy back to 39 inches. And then I can click on the right hand side and change that guy to 14 and 13/16. And now I've created basically the same thing, but on the right hand side. Click OK, and now you can see that I have those cabinets built essentially similar to what we had seen on the previous version. Now, a couple edits I need to do is this cabinet here is 32 and 3/8. I just need to make sure that that guy is the same. 32 and 3/8, and so that those guys are equal. And now I can build the center cabinet essentially that will allow us to fulfill that room. One thing I noticed that I do need to make an alteration to that cabinet is I need to change the height, the overall height of it. So here it shows the height of 39 inches. I know that in order for me to meet up with the cabinet that I'm going to build next, I need this to be 30 and 5/8 inches. So if you end up having a project similar to this, you can use this video to kind of give you a general idea of how you can go about making the angle cabinets to follow the roof line within your room, but you're not going to follow this to a T because my measurements are going to be different. Your room might be wider, might be shorter, who knows? So just kind of a caveat, just make sure that you're not using these measurements verbatim. So I'm going to change that elevation to 80, move that guy down. I need to make the same exact change over here. Change that to 30 and 5/8. And then change the elevation back to 80. All right, so now I can go about making that cabinet that fits in this particular center section here. So again, I'll grab just a simple cabinet. I'll grab a wall parador. Yep, we'll change the elevation to 80, and I'll just drag it all the way over to the end. This guy will go all the way to the ceiling. Now that I have that cabinet added into the wall, essentially what I need to do is change the shape of it. Now, I know that in the very top of that ceiling, there's a 16-inch flat spot. So I need to make sure that the cabinet has a 16-inch flat spot at the top, and then from that 16-inch point on the left-hand side angles down to the left cabinet and matches up there, and then does the same thing on the right-hand side. That it'll make more sense as I get in here and make these alterations. So double clicking on the cabinet, opening up the shape tab, make sure the front is selected, click edit front shape. And so what I'll do first is I'm going to add a point, and then I know that on the left hand side of that 16 inches that I need to set that distance to the first point to 21 and 3/16. Then I need to add a secondary point in there, and then I also need to make sure that to the right of that 16 inches that it also is 21 and 3/16 of an inch. And then now I have my 16-inch flat spot in there. So from here, now I'm going to angle my cabinets down, and I know that the right-hand side or that left-hand cabinet, the highest point was 30 and 5/8. So I need to change this guy to 30 and 5/8. And you'll see that that angle is changed there. And I also need to change this guy to 30 and 5/8. Okay, and so now I have that angle perfected. Everything should match up. I click OK, click OK again, and I come back to my diagram or my drawing here, and you'll see that now that angle that started here and it follows the wall all the way up to my 16-inch flat spot, goes across, and then slopes down. So there might be a little bit of cleanup work that I might want to do, more look and feel for what you're going to show the customer. But at the end of the day, Mozaik doesn't create the face frames. It will give you a cut list for you to go and cut your face frame material, but the Mozaik program itself is not going and cutting your face frame material. Basically, it is cutting your cabinet carcasses out of sheet goods. But in order for you to give your customer a nice visual of what you intend to build for them, it is proper to go through and make some adjustments to change your face frames so that way they look proper. One thing that I will point out is Mozaik is great by me going in and making these adjustments, but there is still some work that you'll have to do to make sure everything fits properly. You'll see this end, right, of this cabinet is sticking up here, and that basically is just to signify that the panels are cut longer than necessary, and it's up to you to go in and cut the angles so that way your top fits appropriately with the sides. And so there is some work that you will have to do, but that comes when your parts are cut and you're putting the cabinet together. It should be pretty self-explanatory. If you've built cabinets before, obviously you'd understand that you're going to have to cut some angles in there. But that kind of signifies why it looks like that. And you'll also kind of see that in the actual drawing itself. You can kind of see that the end panels are cut a little long. It's not terribly difficult, but I would say when you end up doing a cabinet like this, whether it's a whole wall or you're just trying to build a smaller, simpler cabinet that needs to have not a normal angle, just take your time. Right. It's always good to just, take it kind of slow and make sure you're planning things out appropriately. It's not a project where you send this to your CNC, you cut the parts, and you slap them together quick like you would any other base cabinet. This is going to be one where you're just going to kind of dry fit things and make sure things fit appropriately, making adjustments using your table saw or a track saw, and then putting things together appropriately. Well, that's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. If there was anything that was unclear or something that we didn't cover during this video that you would like to see, please go ahead and drop a comment below. Till next time.